We are part of the Fired Up Sports Network of shows. Please check out other Fired Up Sports Network podcasts like the P-Lot Pod, Water Cooler Talk, Bell Smashers, Philly Sports Love and Pain, Drunk on Broad, Beer Battered Sports, and the Fired Up Sports Show, which are available on all major podcasting hosting sites and social media. Also, check out Mark Ramos' Roundup on firedupsports.com, which breaks down the happenings going on with all your favorite local teams.
The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions.
Swing of the miss, struck him out. The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Flyers are going to win the Stanley Cup. The Flyers win the Stanley Cup for the lead. Yes!
Iverson, wow, what a fake off Daniels as he broke his ankles and got all the way to the cup.
Football time around the corner. Football time.
Oh my God, Rich, it's been a minute. It was a little hiatus, but listen, the last time we were here, we broke me and Joe broke down what the first 2 days of the draft,
Yes, correct.
and then Howie Roseman did his thing, right? So,
Howie did Howie.
and listen, now we're right. Mini camp has already passed. Schedule came out last night, and
I don't like it being called mini camp anymore. It's called small people camp. Done. Small people camp. Okay,
stop, man.
keep it up. Let it
No, but it's even in the off season,
Mm-hmm.
the NFL knows how to keep people busy.
Yes, they do.
It's like, oh, we're gonna do the combine, and then a couple weeks later, then we'll do the draft. Then we'll break down the draft. Then we'll do minicamp. Like, then we got the schedule release, and then in a couple weeks, the Eagles will have their ring ceremony, and
Correct.
then we'll be into training. Like they just keep this train moving.
They do.
Out of all these professional sportsmen, they know how to keep it busy. But
Yep.
it's just wild
It's
stuff.
I don't like the schedule release and how they do it. To be honest with you, I don't like the teasing and like, oh, we're gonna put out these 3 games. Ha 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 ha. I honestly I can't stand that. I just like schedule release. Boom. This is great. But it's too much Cowboys. It's too
Yeah.
much Cowboys.
Well, I mean, we'll get into the breakdown of that, but like it is a pet peeve of mine that like, and we were kind of going back and forth with this, that like when that first game got released, the next thing I said was, I guarantee you this entire schedule is going to be out before that show. And without fail, like not even 24 hours later, because of the leaks from all the various teams, right? Some of those were Eagles leaks, some of those were other teams, but like you had the full schedule. Now you didn't have the time slots, you didn't have, but like you had the full like. It just bothers me. I would like on some level, I would love the suspense of being able to be like have to tune in, but I was like, oh, I got the whole schedule. I really don't need to tune in. I'm out.
Yeah, I mean, there's no need to tune in. Like, we know what's happening. We all have the internet. And if you don't, 1985 must be really good to you. Like, I seen the schedule. I'm watching it unfold before my eyes at 7 o'clock in the morning, getting the sleeper alerts, getting this. Eagles are playing Black Friday. Eagles are opening the season, raising the banner, showing Jerry Jones what a fucking Super Bowl banner looks like in the 21st century.
Yeah.
It's just too much. Like, just release them, let us know, but also why do we have to see that many Cowboys fucking primetime games? I don't understand that. They're still forcing the fucking Cowboys down our throat, and they're trash. I would have loved to see like an LA game like a Monday night game, LA,
Yeah.
or like a Denver Monday night game. Like that would have been fun. Like Denver's Chief, like some shit like that. Like give me something interesting. Give me like good teams. Maybe a Bills Ravens or Bills something. Like
Something.
give
Right.
me something else besides this shit. And I love the fact that they can flex Thursday night games, but it's like the Eagles have 2 fucking Thursday night games
Already, right.
and a Friday night game and a fucking Saturday night game.
Yeah, well, they're going to play, Rich. They're going to play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Yeah.
This season.
And to be honest with you, I know we're gonna break down their schedule in a minute. The worst fucking schedule. No back-to-back home games, which is trash. Which is absolute trash. How do they not have back-to-back home games? It's like the Eagles won the Super Bowl and are awarded the grossest schedule. Not even the strength of schedule bothers me. Like
Yeah, they got their strength of schedule is what, 4th?
Yeah.
Right. So they've got the 4th strongest schedule. The back-to-back thing is weird.
It's so weird.
First time, no back-to-back home games for the first time since 2008.
Yeah.
So, and it is now on the back end of that. It is nice that they will have. They're not going to have like these 3 like. They're not going to have multiple road games at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Like so, and when they do have to travel, right? They're not going to be like they have the. They're out of all 32 teams, their travel distance for the season is like in like the bottom third.
Yeah, they're like 15th or 16th in travel.
So it's just weird though. It's weird the way that like I like the fact that they open up with a division game. I think that this is if I'm looking at like here, I'm just gonna put it up because we're talking about it already. I'll just put it up.
So fuck it, we'll just do it.
We'll just put it up. No, that's not the right one. Let's try this.
Oh, that's Don again.
And then spotlight this. Oh, let's just I don't know how to put us on the side, Rich, so we're just going to look at the schedule.
I like
that.
Like
if you look at this, right, I think that this is an opportunity for the NFL to put the Cowboys on primetime while they're still relevant.
Yeah.
There's a really, really high likelihood that this thing implodes again, and they can't have a primetime game. But then again, they go and schedule the Cowboys for what, six primetime games.
Yeah.
It reeks of like really, really trying to keep them relevant, but like they are probably going to finish 3rd in this division.
Yeah.
But like I like the fact that you open up your season against the rival, and they have the opportunity to have to come to you, watch you raise another banner.
Mm-hmm.
In a year, Rich, where they have not been relevant in the playoffs
for over a decade, 2 decades.
2 decades. I mean, the Eagles won. I heard some stats somewhere floating around. They won more playoff games this postseason than the Cowboys have won in like the last 20.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
So the fact that they've got to come here in our house, watch us put up a banner again, I'm into it. And
1,000% all for it.
That opening line of 7 is only going to go up because that game is going to get stupid out of control.
Oh yeah, in a heartbeat. I don't see that boding well for the Dallas Cowgirls. I don't. Oh hey.
Oh, here. Oh, I figured it out. There we go. So you've got like when you look at this, like so talk to me about what were your initial thoughts coming out of that like knowing that was going to be the first game?
Oh, I mean, I looked at it as okay. Well, now we just get to make our statement and stomp Dallas and just demoralize them for the rest of the season because that's just essentially what's going to happen. I thought it was an odd choice. I really did. I thought it was an odd choice to go with division rival right at the jump. I honestly thought it was going to be the Chiefs. We were going to see them week 1, which I also
Well,
The Super Bowl already fucking happened. Why do we have to do that again, especially so early in the season? Like,
they
I
couldn't
just,
do that on opening night because they're playing in Kansas City.
yeah, it's just fucking weird. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, it's just weird.
And the Chiefs are going to play. I mean, and to kind of roll into week 2, right? You're going to play at Kansas City at 4:15 the following Sunday.
Yeah.
And I like if you've got to play the Chiefs, right? What a better opportunity to play them coming off of playing in Brazil,
Mhm.
right? And you saw you saw a little bit of that jet lag from the Eagles last year when you saw them come back from Brazil and kind of struggle a little bit early against Atlanta.
Yeah, and we have a few extra days rest, which is
Right, you've got what 2? You'll have what 2 days because they'll play Friday, fly back. Yeah, you'll have
so
2 extra days.
yeah, I'm fine with that. The Dallas opening day, I would love to say I feel bad for Dallas fans, but I honestly do not give a fuck about them. It is going to be a beatdown, and it's going to be an egregious beatdown, and I am fucking here for it, Don.
Yeah, listen.
We are going to make a statement week 1, and it's going to show you where the top of the NFL is to where the bottom of the NFL is. And Dallas, you got George Pickens. Great. You drafted a guy who Jalen Carter owned in college. Great. Good luck.
Yeah,
Oh, but Dak's finally healthy, and we got our quarterback. No, okay. If
Great.
you're relying on Dak Prescott to save you, tell me who's running the ball.
yeah.
Unless you're going to go out there and throw it 75 times, and Guantanamo Bay is going to have somebody on lock.
Did
I
you
don't
see?
know.
Did you see that clip floating around today?
Yeah, with CD Lamb saying, "Ain't nobody locked me down." It's like, bro, Derek Stingley locked you down when you guys played against Houston. Like, come on, dude. Like, stop it. And if you go to the slot, guess who's covering you? Coop. And guess what Coop does? Lock dudes down. It's going to be great. Like, it's going to be fantastic, and I am all fucking here for it. Bodies,
I love it.
I can't wait.
I love it. I love the fact that you have an opportunity to make a statement early against your division opponent and really just kind of take them to task early and kind of put them in their place and let you know the guy that you drafted. The reason that he didn't let up a bunch of sacks in the last 2 years is because Jalen Carter was already playing for the Birds.
Jalen Carter was out of college.
So, and George Pickens is going to be George Pickens. At some point, he and someone, whether it be CeeDee Lamb or Dak Prescott or Micah Parsons, are going to get into fisticuffs on the sidelines because he's going to be unhappy that he's not getting the ball. And it's going to implode like it did in Pittsburgh.
Bro, Pittsburgh loves getting rid of wide receivers who are fucking headaches. Like, they are always a year ahead of the curve.
Yo, talk about it for a second. They are, like, when you talk about Antonio.
AB.
Go ahead.
AB, Martavius Bryant, Deontay Johnson.
Yeah.
George Pickens.
Claypool, too, right? They got out of that
Claypool. One. I forgot about Chase Claypool.
Right? They got out of that one.
That's 5 guys in the past 10 years that they got rid of who were in their prime for nothing because they're fucking nuts. And George Pickens, literally, after he was traded away, took shots at the organization because you knew he was going to. Oh, they're cheap. It's like, no, they're not cheap. They just know you're insane. Bro, we don't sign mental patients to $100 million extensions. We don't do that. Because you are literally one word and one physical action from never playing in the NFL. So why would we do that? But you know who loves taking on idiots? Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Greg Hardy, DeMarcus Lawrence, Ezekiel Elliott,
Yeah.
Des Bryant. Even though a lot of the things Des Bryant says now is very true. They're very true.
Yeah.
But another dude who was T.O. out of their fucking mind. Out of their fucking mind.
Listen, I'm here
They
for
love
it.
that personality. So
I'm here for it because by the time that week 12 game rolls around, I get this feeling like they have the the potential to have already imploded and already be irrelevant.
By week 6, that team is going to be in shambles. And Jerry's going to be like, I don't understand what I did wrong. I just look at this team on paper. It's like, yeah, Jerry, you're a fucking idiot. That's why.
Does Dak Prescott start that second game?
Yeah, who else are they going to throw out there?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, he might be healthy. He might not be healthy. That offensive line might not hold up.
Right. I guess that's kind of what I'm leaning to. Right.
They have zero running game. And I love the fact that it's like, okay, you have Javonte Williams, you have Miles Sanders, and then you drafted Jaden Blue. My man's electric. He's fast as shit. He's also 5'8".
I mean, who's the kid that they drafted a couple 2 years ago? The kid from Kansas State.
Oh,
same kind.
Deuce Vaughn?
Yeah, like same deal, right? Like,
oh, Jerry came out. Deuce is going to be great. He's elusive. My motherfucker couldn't even get on the field. Your best running back was Rico Dowdle, and you let him walk.
Yeah.
The only one with size you let walk.
Just dumb.
So dumb. I love Dallas for doing all this because they're so dumb. Like, I love watching organizations load up a revolver and point it at their foot and then just shoot it.
We're about to – speaking of shots to the leg, we'll talk about the Giants in a little bit.
Plaxico
Bears shooting himself in the leg.
Never forget. Almost getting 7 years in jail.
JPP blowing his hand off with a firecracker.
Oh, my God.
Listen, but before we talk about that implosion, the Week 3 matchup against the Rams, I like the position where they put – the fact that they have to travel west, it's early, it's a 1 o'clock game. You get them at home. I like the spot for them to start this run at 3-0. I like that matchup. That game was in the playoffs was probably the most challenging game that they had out of any stretch. And that was a game that we really saw. That was like Jalen Carter's really kind of like national coming out party to be like,
yep,
I'm going to be a defensive player of the year down the line.
It's going to be interesting to see these Rams with Puka and Devontae. Like, it's going to be very interesting to see how that dynamic works. I'm
curious.
It all really relies on Matthew Stafford. If Stafford's shoulder holds up, if he stays healthy, they could be a problem. That division's a fucking cakewalk.
It really is.
And Sean McVay's a good coach. He always coaches them guys well. But like you said, it's a really good position to be 3-0 before we have to. Who is it? The Bucks after that,
and then the Bucks, right? So this is the fourth straight year that they've played a September game in Tampa.
What's up, Chris?
What up, Chris?
What up, brother? It's
Hold on. Shout out to Chris. First place.
Hell yeah, Chris.
First place, Chris. You and the Birds. You and the Birds getting them.
The Birds. Chris doing the south side, little ballroom dancing. Get it, Chris. Congratulations, buddy.
Go get it.
That's awesome.
But you got that and I know this is a sore spot because same spot last year, week 4, and that was the game that they looked the worst. And that was the game, Rich, that you and I essentially were throwing dirt on Nick Sirianni.
I'm still throwing dirt on Nick Sirianni.
I mean, you're still throwing dirt on him. But Rich, you had the backhoe out.
Oh yeah, I was ready to bury him because of how terrible that game was.
Out of the first 4, that's the game that always just feels weird.
Yeah, the week 4 game is always like it's like a turning point. You know what I'm saying? I never know how to feel about it, especially playing Tampa Bay, because to be honest with you, it's just Rondé in the back of my mind all the time, right? It's that sour taste in your mouth. It's that Rondé Barber interception, and then it's Tom Brady whooping our asses and Jalen's first playoff appearance. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a weird
don't
spot,
like-
right? Because you're coming off play. You're going to play Dallas, Kansas City, and the Rams.
I think
Right.
we go 3-1. I think we go 3-1. I
I-
don't know why. It's just fucking Tampa, dude. It's
Yeah.
fucking Tampa.
Yeah.
Every year, it's
Yeah.
just some stupid shit happens in Tampa that makes you go, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah. I mean, listen, between, like you said, between the two playoff games, right? The one that ended that atrocious season. And
Yeah.
then you had, Jalen's first game, and then like it's just weird. It's just a weird spot. And it's always like when you play there in September, it's always like gross and funky and muggy, and
Yeah.
it's 100 degrees, but it feels like you're running in a swamp. It's
Hurricane season.
also hurricane season.
Hurricane season. It's got Hurricane Schwartz. No, it's weird, but I don't like it. And you know what the funny thing is? They loaded up on wide receivers because they
All right,
got
you were talking about
McMillan.
that when we were talking post draft.
Yeah, they got McMillan, who was solid as fuck last year, and goes, "Fuck Jalen McMillan. We're taking Jesus Christ, I can't pronounce his name. Emekga, Mecca, the guy from Ohio State.
From Ohio State.
Yeah, they took him from Ohio State, and you're like, what the fuck are they doing? Unless they think Chris Godwin's not coming back, like in the first few weeks, could be. But man, that team is always just solid, and Tampa Bay they scare me. So I'm going to chalk that one up as an L. It's one of those L question mark. It's not like a definitive L because we showed our dominance, and I really don't think we got worse this offseason. I think we only got better. And I think Justin Simmons comes. I really am waiting for that, and I think it does happen. I'm just still waiting. But it'll be a good depth piece.
I was gonna say, I feel like it's coming at some point. I mean, he could not be more thirsty to be here.
Yeah, he wants to be here,
I mean, essentially, living in his car in the NovaCare parking lot, just like waiting to get the call.
Saw him at Wawa. He's getting a hoagie.
Right?
He's getting a hoagie.
He's got the hoagie. He's got the shorty hoagie.
Get a hoagie. Got to get a hoagie.
All right, so now you get that second stretch of 4 games where you play home, and this is the third straight 1:00 start against the Broncos at home. And the Broncos at home, I like the fact that you're playing them at home. One,
I do too, because if we were away, I would be scared.
Because you got Bo Nix was impressive, right? And you got
were a good team last year,
right? Like
Broncos were a good team.
They're a good team stuck in a real they're stuck in a division with the Chiefs. And
the best thing that could happen is for the NFL, well, for the Chargers and them, is having 2 wild cards. Because they're both going to be all 3 of those teams. All right, bold prediction, and I'm just throwing it out there right now. The Chiefs do not win the division this year.
Really?
I think the Chiefs go on a downswing. I do.
Okay.
I think the NFL doesn't really want that to happen, but I do think it's going to be – honestly, I think the Broncos take the division this year. It's Broncos, Chargers, and then Kansas City. And I'm not saying it's, Kansas City goes 7-8. Like, no, like Kansas City still wins 10 games. But I think the Broncos are like a nice 12, 13 game winner. But we beat them. But we will beat them.
I mean, you saw and listen, to speak on the Kansas City stuff, right? We saw Kansas City struggle, right? They had a lot of games last year that were competitive when they really shouldn't have been, and games that were I know there was a lot of conversation about Mahomes going, all the comeback wins, but like they were in that position because they didn't really have another choice. Like they had to be in that position.
And they also got rid of their best offensive lineman. So I know you got a young guy behind him, but he's no Joe Thuney.
No, not at all.
And right. Jones is only getting older. And that secondary looked fucking beatable against us, didn't they, Don? Right. Devontae Smith would like to have a word.
Just 2 words. The dagger.
The dagger.
Yeah, I think you're in a good spot, right? And then you have there's two weird parts of this schedule. Playing the Giants in weeks 6 and 8,
Win-win.
and then playing the Commanders in week 16 and 18. The fact that you have
I don't like that.
two times during the one season where you're going to play the same division opponent twice within 3 weeks.
Who made this schedule?
Like, it's almost rich. It almost feels like they made everybody else's schedule first, and they're like, here's what's left.
They literally could have moved week 8 to week 18 and week 18 to week 8.
Correct.
And
Because it's a TBD. Right? If I'm being honest, I want to see the Commanders early in the season rather than later in the season, because the chances are that week 18 game is going to be irrelevant.
Yeah. Or chances are we may need it. I'm not saying we may need it. I really don't. I think
You could, though.
But we could, and that's the shit that I don't like. Or it could be, hey, we beat Washington, they're out of the playoffs.
Yeah, and listen, the only way that the Giants get on a primetime game is by playing the Eagles on Thursday night. That first game is a Thursday night, and then the week 7 matchup is in Minnesota. Which
I'm not afraid of Minnesota.
Minnesota, and we talked about you called this before the playoffs even started, that Minnesota was like the softest 14-win team that ever was.
Yeah, they were.
And they went into that was the game that they had to go play. They were supposed to play in LA. They had to play in Arizona, and they just got waxed.
Yeah, they got fucking shit on. But Minnesota with Sam Darnold was okay. Now you're going in with J.J. McCarthy? What?
Right.
Like, oh, dude, if you thought Minnesota last year was sketchy, wait till this year, because I really do not see them being a good team. And that's what you're going to find out in week 7. You're going to be going up against like a 3-4 or a 3-3, a 2-4 Minnesota Vikings team. Justin Jefferson's going to be all fucking angry. Right. Like, they play in a real tough division.
Yeah, that division might be the toughest in football, right? Because you're talking about
they'll
the
probably
Bears.
finish last.
Yeah, there's a good chance they could finish last, because the Bears are going to be better with Ben Johnson.
Did you see those reports that came out?
No.
That Caleb Williams literally watched film alone. No coaches, no nothing was in the room with him.
Oh, God.
He would call his dad and me and like, nobody's in here. I'm just watching stuff. Like, he just put it on and would just watch it and be like,
that's comical. I mean, that's right. Like, not a wonder why they got fired, but like, that's awful.
That's fucking terrible. And like this, you can tell when a kid's confidence is shot. And it's like, well, they're a fucking terrible organization. You fucking Eberflus and whoever the hell it was. It's like, yo, or yeah, why? It was Eberflus.
Eberflus, yeah.
What the fuck are you thinking? You draft this kid to be your franchise quarterback, and then you fucking have him watch game film by himself.
Right.
That's like when fucking Gruden handed Jamarcus Russell the blank VHS and said, "Hey, watch these plays." And Jamarcus Russell's like, "Yeah, I watched it. Don't worry about it." And he goes, "It was blank." Like,
didn't he? I heard Gruden talk about. Didn't he leave like a game check in one of the playbooks?
Yeah, and he didn't.
He never found it.
Nope, never found it. And that's why Jamarcus Russell is 480 pounds and probably selling cars.
And listen, you're going to get the Giants again at home right before the bye. I like where the bye is. The bye is literally in week 9, right in the middle. So you're going to play 8 games. You get the week off, and then you're going to play 8, and then the week 10 game coming off of the bye is on Monday night. So you're going to have a little bit of extra rest, but you're going to Green Bay.
I like that. I do like that. And I think we kicked their dicks in. So I'm happy with that.
I do. I like the opportunity of getting a little bit of extra rest. You're going to have 4 out of the next 5 coming out of the bye are all primetime games.
Mm-hmm.
right? So you're going to play Green Bay on Monday night. You're going to play the Lions at home for Sunday Night Football. And then you play the Cowboys, which is just the 4:25 game. And then the Bears, that's the Black Friday game. And then you play the Chargers in LA on Monday night.
Yeah, I love it. They got like mini breaks this year, which is pretty cool.
That's what I was gonna say. Like even though you have this every other like never playing 2 consecutive home games, you do have these nice little breaks in the schedule where you're gonna have these mini buys where you'll have opportunities to get guys rest. And like prime example, like I'm looking at the week 8 game against the Giants going, all right, you just like beat the bejesus out of them in the first half. And then you just like fourth quarter comes around and it's Tanner McKee and it's Will Shipley and Anais Smith and Johnny Wilson. And you get all those guys that because they did a really good job of that last year about getting guys like when they had opportunities, when they were up, they got guys off the field, they got them off their feet. But their second half of the schedule is is going to be it'll show their true colors, right? Because
not easy.
No. So talk about like that week 10 through 13, right? Green Bay, Detroit, Dallas, and then the Bears. So you're going to play the 3 NFC North teams, and then you got the Cowboys in the middle.
Yeah, you're going to see what this NFC North is made of. You're going to see what the Lions look like in Week 11 on, was that Sunday night without, their mastermind, Ben Johnson. Are they the same team?
Right. I'm curious to see what that team looks like offensively.
That is a big coin flip. I feel like they could either stay the same or be completely irrelevant. I am not sure of the latter yet, but I'm leaning more towards the irrelevant. I don't think they're going to be the same Detroit as they were in the past. I think new offensive coordinator is going to get Jared Goff exposed, and that's really going to hurt them. You got Dallas again. That's a win. They should be completely destroyed mentally, emotionally, physically, just destroyed. And then you get to the Bears, who are probably going to be a 500 team and figuring it out, but like putting it together. That's probably going to be, to me, the closest game out of all those. I see beating, Green Bay by 10, Lions beating them by 14, Dallas by 1,000,000, and I think 3-6 for the Bears on that Friday night game. Because I think the Bears, they're an up-and-coming team. They're going to be tough. They're not going to be the same Bears of old. And if Caleb Williams is anything, by this time he should have it figured out a little bit. And if he doesn't, then we just steamroll them too. Like now, I have them losing one game up until week 13. I have them being 11, 12 and 11-1 after the Bears game. I think that is very feasible.
One of out of that 4-game stretch, the one that looks funky to me is the one in Green Bay, right? Going into Green Bay, because going into, not that Green Bay is tough, but going into Green Bay can be funky.
It can, but it's almost like going into Philly in the wintertime.
It's very true, right? Like I say all that to say, they looked awful in those first 4 weeks last year. Right. Yeah. Hot, cold, right. Making a lot of dumb mistakes. And they come out of the bye and they rip off 17 out of 18. I think this is like that off season where you've had a little bit too long to think about it and realize that this team didn't lose all but one starter on offense.
Who, Green Bay?
No, like the Eagles.
Okay, yes.
Right, we forget that this team lost Mekhi Becton.
Yeah.
And that's it. And you've got 7 or 8 guys that are literally going to compete for that position. And I have a lot of confidence that whoever they pick is going to be the right guy. But this offense is still young and fast and elite and can still just put up. I would tell you, Rich, I'm looking at this team at the potential to put up 30 points a game, to average more than 30. Like they have that. They can be that offensively destructive.
They need to be putting up 35 a game. And that's not even like me saying that. They're capable. Their floor is 28.
Correct.
Their ceiling should be what Detroit did last year, 52. And that is that is stepping on necks all the fucking time. This team lost Mekhi Becton on offense. That's it.
Yeah.
You have the pieces to replace, but you still have the best offensive line intact in football. Probably the best wide receiver duo, the best running back, and one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Definitely top 3 in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't see, unless we're injury plagued, knock on wood, I don't see us losing up until week 13 one game. One game. Unless some funky shit happens.
Yeah.
But let's be real. Like, all these games are winnable. We beat all these teams except fucking Tampa. And that's the only game that really worries me.
Yeah.
Is Tampa Bay. And you need to, because the end of your schedule is fucking tough. Washington twice is tough. And it's not tough for the Eagles because I think they can easily handle them. It's just playoff implications on the line.
Yeah, and I think the thing that I like, because coming into like to look at that last stretch of games, right? You're gonna go at LA on Monday night, and then you're gonna come back and play 6 days later at home against the Raiders.
Yeah, but the fucking Raiders don't.
I hate the fact that first Washington game, which is the one that's probably gonna have more. It's gonna have more bite to it. That's in Washington.
Yeah, because we don't have back-to-back home games.
Right, and then you're gonna play at Washington, at Buffalo, and then you come back with Washington at home.
Yeah,
you're gonna earn every bit of every win you're gonna earn, but they have a really really elite offense, like offense that just set records on records on records last year, and then you got a defense that.
They're young and fucking scrappy, Don.
Yeah, I was just about to say
defense.
Everybody talks so much about the guys that they let go and the guys that they let this guy go, they let Slay go and Milton Williams go and yeah, but you replace those guys, and like I look at like when I look at what Milton Williams was when he came in. And I look at the guy that they drafted this year, Ty Robinson, and I see the same player.
I see a better player.
Oh.
What? Ty Robinson's a fucking physical fucking freak.
You want to share his nickname, Rich?
What was it, White Gorilla or some shit?
The Vanilla Gorilla.
Vanilla Gorilla. Yeah.
I love it.
Like the Vanilla Gorilla. He's a big fucking dude, and his pressure rate was fucking through the roof last year in college.
It was.
Milt Williams was a good player.
Yeah.
Who just got paid a shit ton of money, who is also undersized, also playing next to Jalen Carter. And I'm not taking anything away from Milt because Milt was country strong. Insert the Vanilla Gorilla. This dude is, 5 inches taller?
Yeah, I'm going to give you his measurables in a second. 6'6.5", 310.
Yeah, and let me look up Milt's. Let's look up and see how fucking tall Milt is. He's 3 inches taller than Milt. 3 inches taller. And you said 310?
Yeah.
6'6", 310?
Yeah.
Milt Williams was 6'3", 290.
All right.
And he's faster. And he's faster than Milt.
Yeah. Yeah, you saw a lot of it. You saw a lot of elusiveness from him being able to get after the ball. So
and
like
still got a Jomo.
Yeah, and you still got. I mean, you, Thomas Booker came on last year.
Yeah,
Jalen Hunt
yeah.
came on last year.
Yeah,
Um,
let's just sleep on Jalen Hunt, who fucking killed it in the Super Bowl.
right? Who was playing safety at Cornell?
Josh Sweat could not figure it out on the field until the Super Bowl. Everybody, like,
Yeah.
I didn't watch one game where I'm like, where the fuck is Josh Sweat? And then the Super Bowl came on, and he decided, all right, let me try. And
Yeah.
he's a stud. Now he got the bag. We'll see what happens with him in Arizona. I don't expect him to be a 10-plus sack guy. That's not who Josh Sweat is. Milt Williams.
Rich, I could tell you what those two guys are going to do. I can tell you that their production is going to be significantly less.
Yeah, because look who they're playing next to.
Because they're not playing next to Jalen Carter.
Yeah. Look at all the guys who played next to Aaron Donald and were super productive and then went elsewhere and they stunk.
Yeah.
Like, you have Jalen Carter next to you. That's a win. That's a cheat code. That's an easy, I'm getting a bag, because this guy's going to be the highest paid defensive fucking tackle ever.
Right.
When it's time for him to get paid. And that's why everybody got moved. Like, the writing's on the wall. My man's getting a fucking Brinks truck backed up to his house.
He's gonna get paid something stupid.
Yeah, I'm all for it. Like, I'm all for it. The dude is Aaron Donald incarnated.
Yeah.
This is what
and you look at how dominant he is and how he was able to affect the field. I look at this and go, like, he can do what he wants, when he wants, wherever he wants.
Yeah.
Anytime he wants. And what he does is make every single person on that line better.
Yeah. There's no one on that team that cannot look and say, thanks, Jalen. Appreciate that. Because that's what he does.
Well,
and you have a bunch of young, hungry fucking guys.
Yeah.
The funniest thing I saw today is somebody said, oh, Washington with their young nucleus. Terry McLaurin's 29. Debo's 29. Laremy Tunsil is 30. Ertz is 34.
Rich,
Eckler is 29. Where the fuck is your youth?
I'm going to tell you two words. This is their version of the dream team.
Yeah.
Right? They went out and tried to get a bunch of old dudes because they know in a couple of years they're going to have to pay Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
And they're not going to have any money, so they feel like they got close enough that they can go and take a big swing. Problem is that all those dudes are old. All those dudes are way past when they were in the prime of their career. And, as good as Laremy Tunsil is, right, there's no, like, I don't see an opportunity where any of these guys get shut down long enough that someone else is going to be able to get after it. And
what if I told you that Jalen Hurts is only 2 years older than Jaden Daniels?
It wouldn't surprise me.
Jalen Hurts is only 2 years older than Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Has more experience, been in the league longer.
Right.
Like, you want to talk about youth? Like, that's not youth. Like, they don't have a 22-year-old fucking wide receiver on the outside. No, they got Terry McLaurin, who's about to be 30. And we know how wide receivers over 30 do. Not too good. Debo, same thing. Injury-ridden, little fat bowling ball. Talked a lot of shit for fucking the 49ers. Got fucked up. Now he's over there. Not worried about it.
Yeah.
Be 30. Sit down. Your most reliable pass catching option is about to be 35 this year. Sit down. Like, our offense might be a little bit older. It's because Lane Johnson's 36.
I mean,
that's it.
I mean, Rich, you look at this offense though, right? Like, this offense is full of guys that are young and athletic.
Young, athletic, talented, and under contract for 3 to 4 years.
Yeah. I mean, like, since we've left, right, you saw since we were last on, right, the Cam Jurgens extension comes out.
Yeah.
Right. So they lock him up. They bring back Dallas Goedert after the draft on on a compromise deal to keep him here. I think both sides realized it was beneficial for both of them. That there really wasn't. There was the trade kind of rumors that like they had opportunities to move him, and it was a mutual decision to stay. They're still they're not replacing anybody other than right guard.
Yeah, that's it.
On an offense that put up historic numbers.
That's why I'm not worried.
No.
Like, we didn't lose 9 starters on offense and 7 on defense. We lost Milt, who was replaceable anyway with Njoma. If we didn't even draft anybody, he was replaceable. No, Vanilla Gorilla, thanks. CJGJ, that sucks. But I like the kid that we got from fucking Texas.
Yeah, so you have Andrew Makuba there, right? So he's going to be there. You've got Sidney Brown back there, right? But Keely Ringo is a guy who's probably going to slide in, right? You've got veteran presence in Adoree Jackson.
Yeah.
The guys that they brought in on the 1-year deals, right? The Aziz Ojolaris, the Josh Uches.
Yeah, we didn't even fucking talk about those dudes.
Right?
Like, that's the shit. We didn't fucking talk about those guys.
And those are guys, Rich, that were first, second round picks, didn't necessarily work out at their first spot. You come here on a prove it deal, you have an opportunity. But those are guys that came from good programs too, right? Aziz Ojolari is a Georgia kid, right? You get him around half the other Georgia kids on defense,
half his teammates,
right?
It's working out.
And the biggest addition on defense, right? The fact that you were able to get Jahai Campbell, at 31, because he's injured. He's not injured. He had an injury, singular. When he gets on the field,
you're going to be fucking shitting yourself.
This defense you're going to be screwed. Like, put him on the edge. Put him next to Zach Bond. And you got Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter taking up blocks. He is going to, like, when we thought Zach Bond was able to get anywhere on the field,
he's going to kill somebody.
This dude literally, he might recreate the Sheldon Brown. I'm just going to decapitate Reggie Bush.
Remember the Little Giants where he takes the handoff and he puts his takes the helmet? That's exactly what's going to happen. Isaiah Pacheco's going to be like,
Yeah, but I mean, when we talk about this schedule and we talk about it, I think there's a lot of people overlooking the fact of how good this team is, and the players that you lost were guys that were aging veterans.
Yeah.
And you replace them with younger, athletic, maybe not nearly as much experience, but you have guys that are really talented.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I think you're going to be okay.
Oh, I'm with it. Rich, see the schedule from the NFL perspective.
Yeah.
Anything you like, don't like. I mean, we did touch on it, but like, I hate the fact that the Cowboys have as many primetime games as they do is a joke.
I think it's Chiefs versus Broncos on Christmas, right?
Yeah, so
that'll be cool.
One of the things I want to talk about, the doubleheaders, Monday night doubleheaders. 2 of them are staggered.
Okay.
Like 7 and 9.
Yeah,
and then 2 of them start within an hour of each other. Like, that's dumb.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's dumb. And seeing Kansas City, Dallas on Thanksgiving, I don't fucking want to watch that. Like, I don't want to watch that. I'm not going to lie, though. The other games are pretty fire. Pretty fire. I think you got Green Bay, Detroit, right?
Green Bay and Detroit, yes.
And then I forget the other one.
I'm trying to pull it up.
Chargers? No. Who always plays?
Oh, it's always Lions, Cowboys, and then it's a rotation of games.
Who's the other Thanksgiving game? Because I think that's going to be pretty fire too. I think the Chargers are playing. I don't know why. It's sticking in my head.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Oh God, why am I? Hold on. All right, Thanksgiving. Green Bay, Detroit, Kansas City, Dallas, Cincinnati, and Baltimore.
Yeah. See, I like that. Like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like Cincinnati, Baltimore, I like that. Like, it's going to be entertaining. Should have some shoot.
Huh?
Should be like 2 shootouts. The Kansas City game's going to be a fucking romping. But yeah, I mean, I just don't like. I think the Eagles got screwed in their schedule with the no back to backs. I do enjoy the fact that they have the long, a few longer breaks
Yeah.
in the season, which will only help. And they're not doing that 3 games in 21 days or 3 games in 18 days or whatever it was that
Yeah.
2 years ago. But other, excuse
But
me,
like, I mean, I was looking. What was I
we
looking
have
at?
the hardest schedule besides the Giants because the
Rick,
Giants
they're-
have a hard schedule because they suck.
Well, yeah, because
They
suck.
won't win a game. I'm putting that out there. They're not going to win a game.
Ooh,
They are going to go winless.
I love that. I would love that. I'd be all for it.
They're going to go winless.
Rich, if there was ever a year that you, if you wanted to think about investing in red zone, if you didn't already, the Eagles have 7 Sundays that they don't play.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy, isn't it?
There's going to be a lot of opportunities to get to just plop down on the couch, get some red zone.
Dude, I'm so looking forward to it. I do have red zone because you know me. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man.
I mean, I'm all for it. I love it. I like where we're at. I like the, and listen, everything.
What's your main takeaway from the schedule?
The increase in international games, right? You're going to have the game in Brazil. You're going to have there's
Brazil is the Chiefs versus
Chiefs Chargers.
Chiefs Chargers. Who's Germany?
The Germany game is interesting, Rich, because it's the. Hold on, I'm just going to look it up. I'm going to stop trying to guess. Here we go. All right, so in week 1, you've got the Chiefs Chargers in Sao Paulo, and then here's something interesting. In weeks 4 and 5, Minnesota is going to play Pittsburgh in Dublin.
Oh, sick!
Right, but then in week 5, the next week, Minnesota is going to play Cleveland in London. So Minnesota is going to play 2 consecutive international games, back to back, in different countries.
They're trying to really get McCarthy that exposure. Yep, he's going to be the ambassador to the Irish, to the Londonese, as I like to call them.
Yeah, and then in week 6, you're going to have the Broncos, Jets. Week 7, you got the Rams, Jaguars. In week 10, you got the Falcons, Colts in Germany.
But where were the Jets at, though? Were the Jets in?
The Jets, Broncos is in London.
Okay.
Rams, Jaguars is in London.
Okay.
And then the Falcons, Colts is in Germany. And then the Commanders, Dolphins in week 11 is in Madrid.
Oh, man.
This is just trending.
Wait, Japan? Playing in Japan?
I mean, they've played preseason games in Japan.
Did you say we're playing in Japan?
No.
Oh, I was like, Jesus Christ, what the hell?
No, but there is a game coming up in Australia.
Eagles should play that. Jordan Mailata, baby.
Right?
Throw another prawn on the barbie.
Put another shrimp on the barbie.
Because they call them prawns down there, Don.
Oh, they do. But my biggest takeaway is that this is trending towards having an international game every day, every week of the season.
Yeah, there's going to be,
especially when they expand to 18. When they expand to 18 games,
yeah,
you're gonna see an international game for every team. You're gonna see one every week.
Yep, it's going to be egregious and stupid. I just love the fact that it's Minnesota back to back over there.
Yeah,
nobody fucking wants to see them. And I really hope that the Falcons and the Colts don't get lapped back in the United States. I just hope you just keep those two franchises over there because we can do without them. We can do with you. Do you want Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson coming back?
Because I'm looking, Rich. We play. All right, so I'm trying to line this up because we play the Vikings in Week 7.
Yes.
And their international games are in Weeks 4 and 5.
They're going to be tired.
So I'm trying to think. I wonder. I would have to go look up their schedule, but my wonder is that they're probably going to have that will probably be their bye.
What, Week 6?
I think so because I think they're going to play 2 international games.
Ooh, that sucks. That's rough. But Minnesota, dude, like,
I'm just trying to look at it. So
they're also not putting too many good teams overseas, to be honest with you.
No, that's the other weird thing. Like you're putting there is like a pile of trash.
You get to see the Jets. Pittsburgh still doesn't have a quarterback. That's mind-blowing to me.
It is kind of wonky, man.
Right, Cal? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, so they're going to play 2 international games. They have their bye, and then the Eagles play at Minnesota. So that's all right. There's plenty of jet lag to carry over.
Oh, dude, they are going to be so fucked up. They're going to need more than a week. Especially, oh, man. That's brutal. I do feel bad for them. And their fan base, because that sucks. Like, what do you lose? A home game and I guess an away game?
Yeah. Yeah, so one of them, they are the host team, and then one of them, they're the visitor.
Yeah, just, I don't like that. I really don't like it.
No.
But what can you do? It's the NFL. It is what it is. Thanks, Cal. I swear to God, Don, if she could be inside of our shirt at all times, that's where she would want to be.
Oh,
like
right.
She's the definition of a Velcro dog.
That's
like
funny.
If you sit on the couch, she has to sit like head pressed like this on you.
That's awesome.
She's the biggest baby in the world. And
I love it.
Play it like this.
I love it. We got a Chihuahua like that doesn't leave Lacey's side. That just is sleep. We've just graduated to like she's right next to her in bed on the couch. She most often will carry her around like a baby, like just like in like the prone position where the feet are just kind of like hanging out, and it's like she's just living her best life.
Yeah,
and then it's like eat, sleep, crap, and just repeat. It's all good.
And pickling. That's all we got. Eat, sleep, crap, pickling.
Oh gosh, that was. Listen, just to give you a little background, that'll be my final thought. I composted what I thought were old cucumbers at the end of last summer. Turns out I shouldn't just bury them all in my vegetable garden because that's what I did, thinking they would just compost and rot over the summer like good compost would. Oh no. I literally am going to have a forest of cucumbers. It's going to be pretty wild, but I'll keep people posted.
Stay tuned for Drunk on Cucumbers. It's going to be...
listen, Rich, we might be having to come up with some cucumber cocktails.
Cucumber cocktails?
Some muddled cucumber.
Muddled pickle. We'll do muddled pickle shots. We can do like...
Some muddled picklebacks.
Your pickling, and then send me some pickles, or I'll just drive to your house, and then we'll eat some pickles. And we'll be drunk on pickles, and people will be like, well, these fucking guys are weird. Like, still listen. Thank you, Argentina. Thank you.
Colombia, wherever you're at. Rich, you got any final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Final thoughts. So, coaching Little League, right? Or coaching under Little League. You know, I'm a hard ass. I can admit that. My kids are like 5 and 6, and I'm a hard ass. I don't do it to be that guy, right? Who yells at the kids and all that stuff. But you know, it goes to say, like, I was reading something and I read it to Ollie, and it's like, don't think that I'm like yelling at you because I don't care. It's actually because I do care. It's when I go silent, that's when you know that I'm not committed. And it's like, it was in that lines, and it was like resignated, because it kind of goes for like all points of life, right? You know, you're committed to something, you're vocal about it, you're talking about it. You don't want to be silenced on it, because, you know, it's something that means something to you. But once I'm checked out, or once you're checked out, you shy away from it.
Yeah.
I try to tell the kids, it's like, I want you to be the best version of you and to have fun. But in order for you to have fun, you need to learn the rules, and you got to pay attention. And I think that, like, all the life lessons that were instilled in me through baseball, having some really good coaches, having some really terrible coaches, you know, I try to like put together. But at the end of the day, you know, Mother's Day, shout out, you know, Mother's Day, all the mothers out there would just, you know, I did the same thing I did last year. I got flowers, and I told the kids, I'm like, you know, your moms and your dads are some of the main reasons why you're here. Well, they are the main reason why you're here. And it's always a beautiful thing to give back. And we did 1, 2, 3, I love you, Mom. Nice. And, you know, resonates with me, like losing my mom a little over a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And I just want the kids to grow to be good people. And I think that's like what we preach on this show. It's what we kind of preach like every day.
Yeah.
And, you know, if there's one life lesson that you can learn and you can teach other people, it's to not only be a good athlete or to excel in school or to, you know, do whatever. But the main thing, if you're teaching young minds, and this is for all coaches, and it's for all educators, it's for all healthcare professionals, is teach these kids to be good people, because that's what matters most at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if your kid hits a home run. It doesn't matter if your kid gets, you know, a triple-double in basketball or gets the best grades. If he's kind or she's kind and looks out for other people, you're raising your kid right. And we always say it now, and we continue to say it because I still believe it, and I hold it true. Be kind, especially in the world today. Be kind, be loving, be compassionate, and be there for, you know, your fellow people, because it takes nothing to be kind.
Nope.
So spread it, spread the kindness. And then I'm going to end this with saying, fuck Dallas, because that's just what we do.
Yeah. Listen, Rich, we got a lot of time. It's going to be the biggest Dallas week we've ever had, because this is going to last a couple months, all the way up until September. But listen, Rich, before we jump out, I got to give a huge shout out to our sponsors. I'm going to try to get the hour right. Philly Drinkers. They sent us over a little care package so we've got the gear coming in. We've got I know Rich got yours was yours Hit That John.
Hit That John. Hit That John.
Joe got a Philly Drinkers hat. I grabbed I got a Eagles sweatshirt blanket, which I'm excited about. Yeah, Mark got some Flyer stuff. Eric got some Philly stuff, but it's just shout out to them. So if you're over there, good. They got a lot of really cool stuff.
They do have some cool shit.
Use the code DrunkOnBroad15 and you'll get 15% off. So helps you out, helps us out, and listen, stay drunk.
Buy some shit.
Go buy some shit.
You stuck around, you fucked around, you found out. I'm Rich. I always mess up the finger point. That's Don. Joe's not with us tonight. Joe, we love you. Hope everything's okay.
Yep.
We are Drunk on Broad. As always, it's fuck Dallas, fuck Deshaun Watson, fuck Spike Eskin. I still hate that motherfucker. Justin, old Tuggernuts, Tucker, got released. Fuck him too. And yeah, I can't say the last name because it's just not right. So you know what? As always, fuck Dallas. But Philly, we love you. Stay tuned for next week. We'll check you later.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.